A tragic event during childbirth led to an unexpected turn of events for a family. Samantha Klopp, a beloved wife and mother, passed away during labor, leaving behind her husband and a young boy. However, what happened after her passing was nothing short of miraculous. A smooth pregnancy took a dramatic turn. Samantha Klopp's second pregnancy was a much-awaited event for the couple. Craig, an engineer and baseball enthusiast, was thrilled at the prospect of having a daughter to teach baseball to. They had even kept the gender a surprise until the day of the party. The excitement turned into panic when Samantha was rushed to the hospital for an emergency delivery. Craig was nervous as he watched the doctors wheel Samantha into the operating room. He prayed for the safety of both his wife and his daughter. As he waited outside the room, he thought about the events that led up to this moment. He had met Samantha during his college years and had fallen in love with her after seeing her for the first time. She was beautiful with long brown hair and a captivating smile. They had started dating and things progressed quickly. After college, Craig had started working as an engineer and Samantha had pursued her passion for teaching. They got married a year later, and John, their son, was born soon after. Craig had hoped that John would be as athletic as him, but the boy had his mother's gentle nature. Craig was content with taking his son to baseball games and teaching him the basics of the game. Samantha's pregnancy had been smooth sailing until she went into labor prematurely. Craig had rushed her to the hospital, hoping for the best. However, things took a turn for the worst when Samantha passed out during labor. The doctors discovered that she had an amniotic fluid embolism, a rare condition that could prove fatal for both the mother and child. Samantha was rushed to the operating room for an emergency C-section, and Craig was left waiting outside, praying for the best. Helpless wait, memories and faith in crisis. The minutes felt like hours as Craig waited for any news about his wife and daughter. He felt hopeless, unable to do anything to help them. As he waited, memories of their life together flashed through his mind. He remembered the day John was born, how happy they were as a family. He remembered the day Samantha told him she was pregnant with their daughter and how excited he had been. Craig was a man of faith, and he prayed silently for his wife and daughter's safety. He hoped they would make it through this ordeal and come out healthy. He knew that Samantha was a fighter, and he had faith in her strength. He also hoped that his daughter would be as tough as her mother and be able to overcome any obstacles that came her way. A moment of relief. Nurse brings news of safe delivery. After what seemed like an eternity, a nurse finally came out of the operating room. Craig's heart raced as he waited for any news. The nurse looked at him and smiled. "Your wife and daughter are both safe. They're in recovery and the doctors are monitoring them closely." Craig let out a sigh of relief as tears streamed down his face. He thanked the nurse and rushed to see his wife and daughter. Craig walked into the ICU and took Samantha's hand. He looked at her and said, "I will always love you. Grace is already with me and she's stunning and flawless. Please, fight if you still have some strength." Samantha had tears in her eyes and Craig knew that she could hear him. He saw love and strength in her eyes. Miraculous recovery, a story of love, faith, and courage. Samantha's condition remained critical and the family went through a roller coaster of emotions. Craig spent most of his time in the hospital with Samantha and Grace, and he refused to give up hope. One day, Craig felt Samantha's hand squeeze his. She was awake. Her condition improved steadily, and finally she was able to go home with her family. Craig was relieved and grateful to have his wife and daughter with him. They still had a long road ahead, but he knew that they could face anything as a family. Samantha's story was one of courage, strength, and love. She fought through a near-death experience to come back to her family, and they were stronger than ever. Craig knew that they had been blessed with a miracle, and he would never forget the power of love and faith that brought them through in such a difficult time. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.